She want that lovey, kiss, she fantasy about getting with me. I'm a nappy boy. Ooh-wee. Shout out to Nappy Boy. TPain bought a multi-million-dollar facility. Now, I'm not going to waste no more time. Is you gonna watch it with me?
The multimedia content creation campus. So basically anything that Nappy Boy Entertainment does or TPain does, you can do this here. We're gonna do this here, and this is a rentable space. Not only is it a rentable space, but we'll have a yearly membership program that you can be a part of. If you have a label that you have, if you're a manager of somebody and need to send your artist to here to get their whatever done, whatever services that we offer, they can get that done here under a yearly membership, and you have a certain amount of hours every year. They do not roll over. I'll try to save them.
Laggy boy, I get boy, ooh-wee. Yo, I lagging, boy, I ain't gonna TPain.
They start over every year. We also have youth programs for every department that we have in the building. So anything that you see that gets offered, there's also a youth program that teaches youth how to do those things. And
that's fire.
Start their own businesses and things like that. That way we can get grants, and hopefully I don't have to pay for this whole thing myself. Right now, you are standing in the reception area.
Please note that some small parts of this video contain some audio issues since the building doesn't have proper internet connection fully installed yet. We've done our best to minimize the impact, but occasional disruptions may still be noticeable. Thank you for understanding. We hope you enjoy the video. I'm gonna enjoy it, man. I want to say maybe last month or whenever I started back recording, I did a TPain MTV Cribs episode, but it got copyrighted and taken down. So this is kind of like the MTV Cribs episode that I didn't get to watch with y'all. I watched it and I recorded, I edited and everything. It just, I can't post it on here. So this is actually a little different from that too, because this is something where he's offering a lot of different programs. I think it sounds cool as hell, to be honest with you, because when you look left and you look right, it's so easy to not know where to start, especially if you're young or you starting up your own thing. It can be kind of intimidating, especially when you don't know which direction you want to go in. So this is actually fantastic.
As soon as you come in, keep in mind that all around the building, you'll see these big ass pictures on the walls. I took 10 pictures of each room, each important room, put it into Nano Banana, told it exactly what I want the room to look like, got different options out of everything. So as we go through, you can look at these pictures and see what these rooms are gonna look like as you're in them. The pictures you're looking at is exactly the room. It's just redesigned to how I think the room is gonna look. Now, you come to reception and you tell the receptionist what you're here for, and they say, okay, you got one of two ways that you can go. Well, 3 ways. We'll explore all those. As of now, the way that we want you to go is this way, to nappyboy.store. Now, this is where we have all of our merchandise. This is where we have all of our products that we offer to the open world. This also will be an open store that the public can come into, which is why it's at the front of the building. So, we don't have to go too far or anything like that. But yeah, you can come in here, you can shop, you can do your thing. There'll be music, you get your cashier, things like that. Boom, boom, boom. You guys seen this shit?
Where is this gonna be located at? I don't know if he said it or not, bro. I don't want to feel like I'm a shitty listener, but I would dead ass be down to go. Y'all don't understand. I genuinely have love for TPain, especially being somebody from Florida. Although I'm from South Florida, he from Tallahassee. Bro, his music just makes me nostalgic. Even when he drops new music, I've always been into TPain, especially now that he's in this creative sharing world now where he wants to share his creativity or opportunities. I think that's cool as hell.
Now, if you're here trying to just check out the lore of the place, this will be the Hall of Fame, how Nappy Boy got started and all of that right there. This is actually the lore of how Taco Met got started. So don't worry about that. That's just, we'll replace that with pictures of TPain and all that stuff. Now, if you're here for partnership and branding opportunities, this is where you would come, because this is our partnership and branding conference room. So basically it's gonna look like this. We'll have our conference room. This is where you come to have conferences if you're partnering with Nappy Boy Entertainment or Nappy Boy Enterprises at all. Excuse the carpet. We learned how to pull it up and we went crazy, but we couldn't move the conference tables. But yes, branding and partnership. Now, if you don't want to go to branding and partnership, or you don't want to shop at nappyboy.store, you will go past all this shit, because this is just where we started parking shit at. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. And if your department isn't ready yet, you come out
That's the club husband video.
out to waiting and listening. This is waiting and listening. We call it waiting and listening because we will have chairs and shit out here, and you can wait and you can listen to different
Oh shit, you gonna have records? Bro, that's gonna be fire. What the fuck?
forms of media. We have tapes, records, CDs, DATs, fucking 8 tracks, all kinds of old school media. And you can come out here and all of this will have your different selections of things in that nature. Now, if you're waiting, 9 times out of 10, you're out here because you're the next guest on the podcast. This is where we have our podcast area, Nappy Boy Radio. Not only is this where we will film all of the podcasts that we have signed to Nappy Boy Radio, but this is also where you can rent out these podcast rooms. If you don't have a podcast set up, which is weird, it's just 2 microphones on the table, you can come and rent out one of our state-of-the-art podcast rooms, all of these things like this. So these will be two podcast rooms. And then out here is podcast control.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. The thought of, I've always wanted to do a podcast, but I just never really had people that's truly down to do it like that. Or people that I think that would be, you know, just consistent enough or into it as much as I am, you know? Because it's like, I'm pretty sure I'll be doing a good amount of the work, probably editing, doing the audio and all that shit. But that's cool as fuck. Have like a space where you could rent out podcasting area. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be down to do that. I don't know what I would talk about for real. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different things that I could talk about. I wish I could be like a variety podcaster. I think that would make it easy because, boy,
where these 2 rooms will be controlled remotely from outside of this. So that way we don't have to have people in there. It'll just be the people on the podcast. The people controlling the podcast will be out here. We're pretty much going for this kind of look out here. So this whole area is where these 2 rooms get controlled from. PTZ cameras get controlled by the computers out here. Mic levels, all the volume, everything, all the mix will get controlled outside of the room. So the only people that need to be in the rooms is the people that's actually on the podcast. Now, next to Nappy Boy Radio, we got Nappy Boy Drinks. Now, this window gets filled in right there. This window gets filled in right there. That
we're talking about like juice and water, right?
door isn't there anymore. This wall gets knocked down in order to make our Nappy Boy Drinks showroom. Now, this is where basically we have kind of like a fake store set up. So when we bring 7-Eleven, we bring Circle K, we bring, Racetrack in here, we can show them what our products are going to look like in their store. So basically this will be like a whole...
Damn, this is like, I'm not even gonna lie, this give me insight to how that whole business aspect and the branding is, because proof of concept is one of the most important things that you need to have. It's one thing to say I'm gonna start a business, but having proof of concept just takes it that much further, especially when you're trying to get your foot in the door. If you have something that people can tangibly get, feel, touch, and they're like, okay, I can see that, then it makes it all the worthwhile, That's cool as hell.
Cool, like store setup with fridges and shelves and all kind of shit, but with all of our food and beverage products on the things to show the stores what the shit is gonna look like. This is also where Pit went crazy on the thing. This is the offices of the COO and the president of Nappy Boy Drinks. Boom, those are their offices, and this is their Zoom room. It's a Zoom room, conference room.
So he got people just doing that. Like, they're doing the drinks and all.
It's gonna have TV, cameras, lights, everything that you need for, successful.
What drink that is, boy? What drink that is, boy? That ain't no TPain drink, boy. Whatever that is, boy. A little glug glug.
TV, cameras, lights, everything that you need for, a successful conference to go down in here. Every department, you'll notice, also has their own Zoom room. So nobody in this building is fighting over who's having the conference or my meeting ran long and shit like that. Fuck that. Get the fuck out of my face.
Forget about it, cuz.
Now we come through. Waiting.
Bro, I remember that shit from that movie. That shit still cracked me up, bro.
And listening, which is storage right now. And right next to the podcast area, we have TPain's office. We took all the carpet and shit out of here. There was a big ass desk in here.
How's it gonna look?
Also, this wall comes down. You know it. This wall comes down and it gets combined with this other office. So that wall comes down, combines with the room on the other side, and it's just one big ass TPain office. Everybody's happy. Good stuff. All right. Now, after we come out the big ass TPain office, we come into cooking and content. This is our restaurant grade kitchen where not only the food for the whole building is provided, like breakfast and lunch, but this is also where we film our cooking shows and our cooking live streams and things like that. Taco Mac took all their kitchen shit, so we're gonna have to bring all that back. So, but we still have the fire mitigation, which is fucking amazing because that's what's gonna cost the most. Now we come out this way to see the break area / lunch balcony thing that we're doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably want to have like lunch tables or something like that out here. Damn, this is about to be like a real corporate building, bro. Like that's cool as hell. That's fire, especially with something that you built up, you know what I'm saying? Like hearing him talk about it in the past on different, platforms about how he started Nappy Boy. Even hearing it as a kid, you not knowing what it is, but as you get older, just knowing that that's something that he was trying to push and promote. And now you're at the level where you could do this and you can employ people and you can have different things going on and you can also help people on top of that. Bro, that is fire as fuck. If there's any way I could just like make my way over here just for the food or something, I'm gonna do it. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
And now, obviously, this is all gonna get sandblasted. There's gonna be tables, umbrellas, picnic motherfuckers out this bitch, you know what I'm talking about? But basically, this is where you take your smoke breaks at. This is where you sit and eat and eat and smoke. I don't know how you live. It's just big fucking balcony. It's ridiculously big balcony. And we come around the back of this way to the administrative side. Now, this is the dick room. Some kids got in here and did that. That's Nappy Boy Enterprises administrative office right there. This is probably...
He fucked me up with that. I thought there was a dick room for real. Like, what go in there? Is that the bathroom? Like, what?
Probably gonna be like CFO, CRO, COO kind of shit right here. This is like a tour management side right here. This is Nicolette's office. We just took the desk out of there. Feel real strong right now. All right, here we go. This is, across from that, is Nappy Boy Automotive's lobby. Now, Nappy Boy Automotive's lobby is where they get done their social media, their video editing, graphic design, and this is pretty much the dream for the Nappy Boy Automotive lobby. So all this out here will be ordered.
Nappy Boy Automotive, bro, he's putting his hand in every single thing, especially like with that branding of Nappy Boy. Bro, this is fire to me.
Nice, lots of nice desks and things like that. This is where Nappy Boy Automotive Administration will go. This would be a project manager right here, and this is where Hurt would live.
Damn, Hurt, your office is small.
It's pretty small. This is the Nappy Boy Automotive Garage. This is where this is where all the work actually gets done. We're gonna have lifts and garage, lifts and things like that. We move on to the Nappy Boy Automotive Showroom. This is the dream for the Nappy Boy Automotive Showroom. So we'll have like Pickle Rig, Pink Pony, and shit like that. Twerk Stallion. All our flagship cars will be in this area right here. All that stuff gets moved, obviously. And at the very least it'll be this, but this is what we want. We move into the bullpen. Now, this is where all the boring bullshit happens. This is legal. This is fucking finance. This is all the shit that, everything needs to come here. This is the brain of the building. Everything come here. If Nappy Boy Automotive want to make a post, it needs to come down to legal, and then it can leave out the building. Now, within these things...
Well, he's making sure everything covered, dog. This is insane. Genuinely, just being able to see it from the inside. Now, I'm some of a CEO myself, you know what I'm saying? Low Tone Cinemas. But goddamn, it's only one person doing this shit. This man got a whole company for real, big corporate building, got a bunch of people working for him. That's fire.
Right here, I can show you this. This over here, this is marketing, and marketing's Zoom room. Now, marketing has their own Zoom room, like I said. And so that's a Zoom right there, and then 3 marketing offices with those same desks, chat. Look at the fucking desk. This is social media. This is social media Zoom room. This is pretty much just conference table, TVs, cool shit. And then social media office. Right? Social media office. All right, now we get into...
Bro, I don't think people understand how much simpler you make this whole process of doing on the online thing or just really trying to work your brand and do all that. It becomes, once you have all these people and you have different departments literally dedicated to that one specific area. Then all you got to do is just worry about what you want to do, and it makes it easier. Like, he's not even editing these. Like, to just be able to record and you just tell him whatever, and then it's up. Everything's up. It's taken care of. Clips going out, doing all this. Bro, that is fuck.
Ooh, bam.
That's fire.
We open that door. There's a storage room that's gonna be, you don't worry about that. But now we get into Nappy Boy Gaming's esports arena.
Oh, wow.
This is where that's gonna be. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in Nappy Boy Gaming's gaming arena. This is gonna be fucking fire because we're gonna be able to do all these things. Everything that Nappy Boy Gaming wants to do, this will be the spot for it. It'll look more like this, but I will say, instead of LED screens, we're just gonna do a bunch of 100-inch TVs, put them bitches together and see what happens. So the gaming will happen in this area. The crowd and seating will be back here. These three things won't be in the middle of the floor, but we'll have those retractable bench seating so we can push them back. Again, this will be where anybody can rent this out as well. This is the sim room where Nappy Boy Automotive and Nappy Boy Gaming collide. This is where not only we can hold sim tournaments and things like that, or we can enter sim tournaments. This is also where we have one of our many youth programs where we teach driving skills, we teach evasive driving, we teach, track skills, things like that. But also it becomes a lounge where you can...
Evasive driving though? Like, damn, what they fucking William Shatner or something like that? They gonna be escaping aliens? What's going on?
Come in and just watch F1. If the F1 season is happening, you can watch NASCAR, monster truck rallies and things like that. So it's a lounge, course room, and tournament center. On the sides of the sim room, that spot that's lit up over there, these are our stream rooms, stream room A and stream room B, meaning if you don't have your own stream set up at home, feel free to come in and rent out one of ours. And if you do not want to rent out one of ours,
take your ass back home.
But also, if you're about to play in one of our tournaments and you want to let your community know that you're about to be in a tournament and to tune in to Nappy Boy Gaming or tune in whatever the big tournament shit is, you can sign in one of our stream rooms here and do your shit. You understand what I am saying? VIP up there, fantastic. We move on from Nappy Boy Gaming to Nappy Boy Live. Nappy Boy Live will be our live rehearsal space. Not only is this where I'm gonna rehearse for everything that I gotta do and all my tours and shit like that, but you can come in, you can rent your shit before you go on tour and come get your shit on and make sure that you got your shit together before you hit the road. We have 22-foot ceilings and a 12-foot ceiling. We have a 84.
Bro, this wasn't and I think what a lot of people tend to like let past them. This isn't just like a one day you thought this up. This is something that probably took years to develop. Like writing it down, really planning this shit out. Cause he's got a lot of these areas covered. He's got live, he got legal, he got automotive, he got gaming, he got streaming. Like he has driving, he has a mechanic shop, a showroom. And we're still gonna see more. That dog, this is crazy. And of course the studio. Of course, he got a studio. I don't know if he mentioned it. I can't remember. It's
by
the same
54 size room here. All of this is gonna go away. So that wall, those stairs, the wall on the other side, all of that stuff is gonna be gone. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if you rent out the live rehearsal space, you also get 2 green rooms. You get your green rooms, you can come in here and set your shit up and make sure all your wardrobe is straight when you go on tour. You get an extra green room. These bathrooms get removed. All of this is gonna be gone and all the plumbing shit is gonna get moved over here. So if you need to use a bathroom, it's gonna be there because this isn't gonna exist anymore. Good stuff. More open space, more open space. All of this is gonna be open space. Fantastic. All of these things are gonna get kicked back because we're not gonna need the stairs anymore because the stairs aren't gonna be there. Now, this is our quiet room. This is gonna be a thick ass window, big stupid thick ass door. If you need to get away from all the sound that's happening in there, you fucking come in here. You need to get on a Zoom call or you got a call that you need to be on. This will be our soundproof room right there. Now, production office. If you ever seen a production office, it's a table and a printer. That's all it is. That's what's gonna be in there. Now, this is our previs room. Before you put all your shit on stage, before you get your graphics done, before you get all your content on the screens, you need to see it first. Before you start renting out lights that you don't need, you need to see what the lights are gonna look like. This is the room that we're gonna run all that stuff through. This room is gonna be connected to the big ass LED screen out here that's gonna be behind the stage, and they can show you how things are gonna look on the tour right here on the big ass LED screen. This is a lounge for one of the studios, one of the recording studios. So this is pretty much what this room is gonna be. It's not that big, don't let AI fool you sometimes. Just a little cozy motherfucker like this. This is what we're pretty much going for. You feel me? This is studio common area. This is the fun place. This is where all your foosball, our pool tables and arcade games and shit like that is gonna be. This is where both recording studios can come and intermingle and figure out what they want to do in life and talk shit. Maybe a couple collabs get agreed to out here. Who knows? You know what I mean? So Studio A and Studio B is the same size. Hopefully, this is the dream for Studio B.
That's hard, dude. Like, I've been in what, 2 studios before, as far as like music wise, like where I recorded my old theme song. I don't know if y'all remember the opening, that intro I used to have for my channel. I recorded that in the second studio I went to, which was at some dude's house in Pompano. Matter of fact, it wasn't even his house. They gave him access. Like, the door would be open all night. The niggas would come home from work, drunk as fuck, sleeping on the couch, studios in the back. The dude had a key, and we'll just go back there like every weekend. We'll go back there until I fucking decided, like, hell no, I could just do this shit at home for real, like, and just started learning from there. And then I went to like a actual studio before that, but it ended up like burning down or whatever because all they did was smoke. I don't know if it's their fault or not, but yeah, bro, that's cool as fuck to have a studio, have all these things going on. This shit's like a real life fantasy factory, but more practical. You know what I mean? This is a more practical fantasy
They
factory.
tear out the wall in the middle here, and then both of these rooms combined. It's the same room on both sides. Both of those rooms combined. Now, this is the lounge for Studio B. The same way Studio A has their lounge down there, this is our lounge for Studio B. These walls get extended all the way up and all the way this way. That wall gets torn down, these little tiny walls get torn down, so you pretty much have the same size lounge as you have as a studio down there. It's all the same size. Here we go. All right, now this. This is film storage. Everything that's in the films vans get put in this room, and there is a check-in, check-out system. So anytime you want to take anything to film anything, or you got a show, or we got a pilot that we need to film, you got to come in, you got to talk to the lady that's gonna be there, check this shit out, you put your name down, we know exactly who got everything, bring the shit back, and we'll put it back in. Until then, we're gonna call the cops. Okay, keeping it pushing. This is another quiet room. So if you need to come up here, whatever is happening in these unaccounted for office, come into the quiet room, big thick ass door. Everything soundproof in there, fantastic. Next, we go to the dance studio. Hello. This big ass room, all these walls in the middle are going away, and this is the dream for that right there. So hopefully, that's what we're trying to do in here. You feel what I'm saying? The stripper pole's gotta be hidden somewhere. It's probably gonna be in my office.
I'm in love with a stripper.
Bruh, that was from the MTV Cribs episode I watched. Bro, it was so good. I'm not even gonna lie. I even took the music out and I was singing the fucking song on my own. But they fucking copied MTV fucking bitch ass, Viacom,
So
whatever.
we went to Infocom. It's where people they show like the next generation of like live show stuff. We found a company that makes, I can't remember the name of it, but we found a company that makes hardwood floors with bone induction technology in it. So you can only hear the music if you're standing on the floor. So all this music can go on up here and everybody in here can hear it, but nobody that's not standing on the floor in here can hear it. And it's fucking cool as shit. So for the live stuff, when people rent out the live area, we gotta have live, Nappy Boy Live administrative offices. So that's live administrative C, live administrative B, live administrative A, and then Nappy Boy Live's Zoom room. Like I told you, nobody's gonna be arguing over who got the next meeting and who can do whatever. Anytime we need to talk to Jada, this is where they come in. If we need more lights, if we need to order more things for somebody's tour, or we need to put a tour together for somebody, this is where we convene at to do so. That's still the dance studio. The dance studio is 54 by 54, but it's also a rounded room, so I don't really know how to measure that. Good stuff. Now we move on to merch. This is where we manufacture, design, and kind of, try out new shit, our own merchandise. So even if you're going on tour, you're renting out our live rehearsal space. If you're about to go on tour and you need merch done and you want to get your shit done, this is where you get it done at, baby. It's a one-stop shop out this motherfucker, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is all merch production from this wall all the way back to that door we just came into.
Dog, I really want to see how it turns out. That shit is amazing. I'm not even gonna lie. I want to go. Like, I'm not fucking treating that shit like Disney World or whatever, but like, y'all don't understand. I fuck with TPain so hard, bro. But this is fucking cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? I hope this shit comes into fruition. Which, I mean, it's gonna fucking come into fruition, but I just want to see the end result, you know, but trust the process.
I don't know
see
the
how
measurements
everything
of
comes
this right
together.
now off the top of my head, but it's actually pretty cool. But yeah, this is where we manufacture and distribute our own merch. That's just how we do that, right? Sweet. This is the merch offices. Pip will pretty much be in charge of all things merch. So this will be where his office is. We'll glass this off. We'll come from that corner right there and then go to that line, and then the offices will be.
But you know, that's where the stuff with the job things hits me, you know, and that's what kind of made me kind of change course with what I was doing. Cause, and this might sound silly, but I'm looking at fucking TV shows, and you're seeing like how into their job like officers will be or doctors are. And I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck that much. Bro, you could tell that the people that work here doing this shit they do, they fuck with this shit so hard. Cause it matters, you know what I'm saying? And if it didn't matter, he wouldn't fucking have them a part of this shit, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's something that he's building. Cause if you're not gonna do it, somebody else gonna fucking do it, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like a fucking, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be some stupid corporate office like how regular jobs are and shit. They building towards something. You're not just doing empty numbers on a day-to-day for no reason, you know? This is fucking cool.
Kind of diagonal out that way so they can see what the fuck is going on. Break area, more bathrooms, that's how that works. And then you have Merch's Zoom room. Definitely talking to China in here. This is where you get to talk to China, all the, you get all your materials and stuff like that. Same thing, conference table, Zoom capabilities, and video and audio capabilities and stuff like that. This door gets hidden. You won't know it's here. You get a little membership card. This is only for members right now. This is members only, so you get a little card, bloop, bloop, hidden door. I don't know if it's gonna be like brick or anything like that, but you come in here and it's a nice little area. But it is the secret Prohibition era robot bar. This is where the robot bar gets put because this is a members only thing. We're also putting the bone induction floor in here so nobody can hear the music that's happening in this bitch. So secret door.
A robot bar?
Because only the
Bro, that's when you got hella money, bro. When you got hella money, you do shit like this. This is insane.
Annual members can get in this room. All right, this is films and photo reception. If you're coming to the network to do anything with films or photos, this is where you come in, and this is so you don't have to go to the front reception and get in the waiting and listening thing. You come to this reception area. Now, if you're waiting along this wall, you get to see the film hall. It's just a big ass LED screen on this whole wall. Just this whole wall is just a big ass LED screen, right? And this screen will be showing all the production that we have either produced ourselves or that we have licensing to. So this will be not only dope for in here, but it's also going to be eye candy for people passing by, like what the fuck is going on in there, and you can see. But it's also
is that a main road? That don't look like no main road. But I guess like for people that visit.
Eye candy for people passing by, like what the fuck is going on in there, and you can see the whole fucking film screen from the road when you pass by. Now, going this way, for Nappy Boy Films, we need administrative power. So, Nappy Boy Films Administrative Office 2, and this is Nappy Boy Films Administrative Office 1 right there. Now, this room, this big ass room right here, right, still going. This room, well, that room and this room gets this wall knocked down to become the film's review area. Now, this is where at Nappy Boy Network, our new broadcast app, we also will take licensing to
fucking everything, dog. Thought of everything, bro. This is genuinely amazing. And I know he's not the first to do it or do it to this level, but it's just like to be able to see the process, like him showing the vision and then what it's gonna turn out to be, bruh. This is why I say money's more of a tool. You know what I'm saying? It's what you can do with it, rather than like spend. Of course, you gotta spend money at times, but Bro, it's a tool at the end of the day, and he's making it work for him because it's gonna make him more money in the long run. This is so fucking awesome, dog.
Independent films, kind of like a Tubi. And here's where we review films, where we put the finishing touches on our films. Basically, it's a theater. We're putting a theater in here so we can not only review films and say yes or no, we can go on our app, or this is where when we finish our films, this is where we put the finishing touches on it, check the mixing, check.
Dog, I ain't gonna lie, to get a movie on an app like that, I know it's like people talk about it like Tubi and all that shit, but that'll be cool as hell.
The coloring, stuff like that, and that's the film review in there. Now, this is motion capture and green screen. So, in this room is where we do a lot of the prep for 3D capture, 3D motion capture, and also green screen. So, this is where all this stuff would be. This is the stage, the motion capture stage and the green screen stage on this side. Now, on that side of the windows over there, these windows are gonna get brought all the way down to the ground, so everybody in there can see what's happening in here, and everybody in here can see what's happening in there. On that other side, that's green screen and motion capture control. So that's where all the computers, that's where all the servers, that's where all the NASA's that's gonna collect the data that's from what's happening in here. These other photo studios, basic photo rooms. We try not to mess with these too much. It's gonna be 4 walls, so anybody can turn these things into whatever it needs to be.
Audio,
it can be black,
crazy.
it can be white. And then we go, it's Photo Studio C. This is Photo Studio B. And that is the network.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That is one of the coolest things I've witnessed as far as, branding aspect of life, you know what I'm saying? I would hope to get the whole low tone cinemas, the whole low tone brand on top to that level. That's something to aspire to do. Not only brand yourself or make your company grow in all aspects, but also being able to have the ability to help people that are just starting out or trying to find their way, or they just need somewhere to go.